All right. Hi, girls. Sorry I can't be with you today. You may see me around the building walking some adults who are observing our learning. So I will say hello. Um, but we're going to do our lesson today on the computer. So, before we begin, your game pieces, we will cash in tomorrow when I see you. If you got your 4 gold coins, we came up with our prizes that we could earn. So we'll do that on Tuesday, but you can earn a gold coin for today. I just have to see that your work is done and then being honest about it, and you'll get your gold coin. Okay, so today we will divide. Remember, this is the division sign, 3-digit numbers using a bar model. So here is our checklist for today. We're going to do a quick warm up, dividing with zeros. Then we're going to look at dividing using the bar model. We'll do 2 practice problems. And then if there's time, you may go on your computer, either Kids Education or MobyMax or your math menu for the rest of your time period. Okay, so let's get started here with a quick warm up. Okay, so make sure you grab yourself a whiteboard and a marker. If you need to run to my room real quick and grab one, that's fine. All right, so if we're reading this, we have 600 divided by 2. Whoa, that's a big number. But remember, when we're dividing with zeros, we can cover up the zeros and do the basic fact. So I see now 6 divided by 2. The smaller number on the outside tells me how many groups. The 6 tells me how many tally marks. So we have 2 groups. 1, 2. All right, go ahead and solve, distributing your 6. All right, so it should look like this. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. All right, I see that I have equal groups of, you should have gotten 3. There you go. So we write a 3 at the top, uncover our zeros to get 300. Okay, pretty straightforward. All right, let's do one more practice. All right, on your board, I'd like you to write 100. Whoa, that's a really bad 5, sorry. It's going to be 150 if I could write it. Okay, divided by 3. Sorry, it's not the neatest writing. Okay, so remember we have to cover the 0. And now we're just doing the basic fact. 15 divided by 3. So go ahead and start with your groups and then your tallies, and we'll check in. All right, so you should have had 3 groups, right? 3, and then 15 tallies. Let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. So you have equal groups of 5, right? No remainders. So 15 divided by 3 is 5. Uncover my 0. Boom. There you go. 50. Okay. All right, now we're ready to move on to our objective, which, to remind you again, was dividing 3-digit numbers using a bar model. All right, so we did number 1. We'll check that off. Now we're going to look at dividing using a bar model. So please grab your handout that Miss Milioni handed to you. Your name should already be at the top because I wrote it there for you. So I'm going to grab mine. Let me just write my name here. Miss Getbert. All right. So here we see a bar model. I want you to just cover up this side for me. So I want you to look right here where it says me, M-I, all right? So we're looking at the problem 125 divided by 5. And we can see that represented in our bar model, 125, and it's being divided by 5. So what they did is they expanded 125 into the next bar model you see here, 125. This way it makes it easier when we're dividing. Now, what's different about this one than multiplication is you already have the answer. So in division, we're working with a part, a whole, and we have to figure out the part. So an easy way to do this would be to cover up your zeros and determine 5 can go into 10 how many times? It goes in 2 times. Uncover your 0, that's 20. And if you move to your third model, you already figured out the answer for here, so now you're just doing 25 divided by 5. You can do your circles off to the side here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Distribute 25. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. Oh, I'm running out of room. 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. 21, 22, 23, 24, 25. All right, so I got equal groups of 5, which you see represented here. Now, the very last step, here, let me move this a little closer so you can see. There we go. Oh no, pen. Okay, the very last step we see, we're just going to be adding the answers that we got. So do 20 plus 5. You may take out your calculator if you so need it to do 20 plus 5. I don't really need it. I can do that in my head. I know that 20 plus 5 is 25. So going back up to, what is 125 divided by 5? Well, using my bar model, I determined that it's 25. All right. So that's just the example. We're going to take it nice and slow for the next problem, your share and show, right here. All right. So I gave us a blank, hold on. There we go. I gave us a blank bar model to work with here. So we can work in filling in the steps. So we have 3 and we have 330. We read this 330 divided by 3. So to fill in, get your pencil ready. On the outside here of the big rectangle, we're going to write a 3. Now, on the inside, we're going to break apart 330, just how we say it. So I hear us say 330. Okay? So part, total, total. Now we have to figure out part, and then add them. Okay. So let's do our basic fact strategy, right? I'm going to cover up my zeros and think to myself, how many times does 3 go into 3? All right, well, if I do my groups, I can do my groups down here. Boop. I got 3 groups, 1, 2, 3. And I've got 3 tallies, 1, 2, 3. How many are in each group? 1. Take my hand off the zeros, add them in, perfect. Okay. Now, this makes it really easy to do the basic fact for 30 divided by 3. I already know that 3 divided by 3 is 1. Take my hand off the 0, get 10. Okay, so who remembers what we have to do next? So we figured out our 2 parts up here. If we remember from our example, we need to add them together. So we're just going to add 110. I'm going to write it over here. Use your calculator if you need to. So I would type in. Pause this if you need to go grab a calculator real quick. You would type in 100 plus 10 equals, your answers should match mine, 110. So back to the original problem, 330 divided by 3 is 110. So a couple different steps here, right? We have to expand the number being divided, do the basic fact and add your zeros, and then add up your parts at the end to get your total. All right, there we go. We have one more practice problem to do before you can move on to doing some math games. You guys are doing an amazing job so far. All right, let's flip